Another day, another Square Enix game. Would you look at that? Dragon Quest XIV, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition. Real cool. We have a little creature up at the top. We have the main character, totally not looking like Trunks or anything. This girl in red. Cool. Not Vegito. Girl in green. That guy. Mario. Not really, though. And this girl with a spear, even though, he also has a spear. Cool, and he also has a sword. Not really, though. But let's go to the back. Alright. Alright, live the legend of the Luminary. Join the young Luminary on a journey to discover the fate that has awaited him since birth. What will be his destiny? What secrets lie hidden in his past? A world of adventure awaits as he sets out to uncover the answers. Very cool. Alright, some screenshots, some big old tree, sword clash, cool. Explore the world of Dragon Quest XIV from two different perspectives. Got 3D and 2D. Alright, swap seamlessly between a fully 3D rendered world and a retro 2D environment. Very cool. Enjoy all new adventures where the supporting casts take center stage. We love to see it. We love story. All right, now let's go ahead and just open the case. There's nothing on it. All right, very cool image of him with his sword. And there is the game. Cool. Unfortunately, they didn't name drop the main character, so I don't know. I guess typically speaking, name them, but I don't know. They usually, typically speaking, have own canon names, but whatever. Let's get on to the next game. Would you look at that? Dragon Quest Treasures. Cool. Would you look at that? It's a younger version of the guy from the other game. Isn't that cool? And I don't know if that's like the spear girl from the other game, but hey, they have a spear and a purple cat. Cool. We got the iconic slime. I didn't really mention it from the other game, but I'll mention it here. The iconic slime. And hey, clearance. I'll talk more about that later. All right, let's go to the back of the game. All right. Head to the Draconia, where the free-spirited hunt for the treasure never ends. Two siblings' treasure hunting dreams become reality as they are whisked away to the magical and mysterious realm of Dramatica. Eric and Mia, along with their cute companion Perusula and Percus, team up with a menagerie of monsters to track down tantalizing treasures. Very cool. Winged cats. All right, cool. A variety of ravishing riches awaits. Locate loot with your monsters' unique abilities, and fend off attacking monsters and rival treasure hunters. Okay, with that done, let's go ahead and open up the game. As you can see, when I brought the game, it was like a little bit open at the bottom, but whatever. Let's go just tear it off from the bottom, I guess. Cool. Very awesome. All right. And open it up. And there's a game! Dragon Quest Treasure! Alright. And now we can talk about the games! But not really, because here's the thing about Dragon Quest for me. Quite frankly, the only Dragon Quest that I've ever played is the first one. Other than the first Dragon Quest, I've never touched any of the other ones. And if you didn't know, the first Dragon Quest, there's nothing to it. If I'm being 100% completely honest, there's honestly not that much to Dragon Quest 1. I played the game, and honestly, I didn't take that much from Dragon Quest 1. There's really not much Dragon Quest 1, and with that being my only Dragon Quest game, there's not much for me to say, and with me not playing Dragon Quest 14 or Treasures, there's not much for me to talk about Dragon Quest in general. I know about the slime. That's about it. I'm being completely honest. That's about it. My Dragon Quest knowledge is the very, just the first game, which, as I said, no substance, and the slime. That's about it. But I mean, the slime, a very popular character. Tell me, has your favorite video game character got a customized Nintendo Switch controller? The Slime sure did. Very unpractical Switch controller, but it does exist, for the collectors, so that's cool. Something that I'm not sure about, I'm not sure if I think Dragon Quest XIV was like a Switch exclusive for a little while. I'm not sure though. I'm honestly probably wrong. I don't know why, but I kind of felt like Dragon Quest XIV was like a Switch exclusive for a little while, but I don't think so. Maybe, maybe not. I wouldn't know. But that's that about Dragon Quest XIV. I'm not sure about that. And with that, there's not much for me to say, of course, not much for me to say about Dragon Quest XIV as a whole. I mean, what am I supposed to talk about? I haven't played the game. I didn't really want to get any spoilers for the game, and you're just doing some Dragon Quest and some good old dungeon crawling, some good old grinding and fighting bosses, I assume, in this game, like every other JRPG game. So yeah, I'll definitely get to playing this game in 2027. I can't wait to boot this game up in 2027 because I am not ready to play another JRPG game for a little while. Persona, 3 months for one game, that was a good amount of time that it took me to beat that game, so I'm not exactly in the mood right now to play another JRPG game for a little while. I'm good enough with Mario, Thousand Year Door right now, since I'm actually finally playing that game. Great game. I love that game. And that's that for 14. I don't really have anything else to say about that game, since, there's nothing for that. But Dragon Quest Treasure, even less to talk about this game. My assumption is a prequel, because very clearly those two characters, there's a younger version of the character on the main box art. I don't know, they didn't bother to name drop any of these characters, and I didn't bother to look them up either. So I guess really these names probably aren't that important. I guess maybe you just name them yourselves or something like that. Well, I guess let's say like Erdrick or something like that. So that's something. But yeah, I don't like I know what 14 is about, just typical JRPG stuff, going around fighting enemies and stuff. But for Dragon Quest Treasures, I think it's a little bit different. I think you go around with I think you capture monsters in this game, kind of like Pokemon, and then have them do different kinds of things on the world map or something like that. I'm not sure, because I'm telling you right now, bro, here's a little something that I'll add about Dragon Quest Treasures. When I originally found this game, I had never seen Dragon Quest Treasure anywhere. I've never seen the game in any stores, anywhere, no Best Buy, no Target, no nothing. I've never seen this game appear. But then at some random Walmart, I'm digging through the clearance Switch games, when they're at this Walmart had some good Switch clearance deals. I got a couple games from there. This was another game that I got other than Cruising Blast. You remember Cruising Blast? That was a game that I got from there. And well, this was the game that I just happened to see, and there's one copy. I was hey, I've never seen this Dragon Quest game before, and would you look at that? Instead of $60, the game's only $30, so which is great, since I had no plans of buying the game. But hey, $30, I'll definitely buy it for such a cheap price, and I'm pretty sure it got discounted to this price around when it first came out. As I said, I never personally saw the game, but I'm pretty sure this game was pretty new when I saw this game for $30, I think. Now, I do believe there is a second game. I don't think it's exactly, or a game kind of like this. I'm not sure. And there's he's red, or so the hero's red or something like that. I don't know. Dragon Quest, whatever. But as I said, there's not much for me to talk about with Treasure, since I don't really know too much about the actual even gameplay. But I do know for sure it is a little bit different from 14. So that's that for Dragon Quest Treasures, and the story about me getting the game for a cheaper price. So that's cool. These games kind of were just sitting here for a while. I needed to make a video, so hey, I guess I'll finally make a video on these games. So that's cool. I guess I can say, man, it was really hard to find 14. I'll just say that. This is probably less than I say. 14, pretty hard game to find. I could not for the life of me find a new copy of this game. I'm pretty sure there were new copies of it before this game got really, really old. This is a really old game. It's a launch title Switch game, so of course it's hard to find this game. It's old. Probably could find on Amazon or something for $60. maybe. But I guess I didn't really feel like going on Amazon, and like the prices for eBay were also floating around like $40. So I was like, man, I'll get the game eventually. But hey, I got lucky one day at a GameStop. I saw the game for $40, and I was like, hey, I'll get that game. And I did it. I got the game. So hey, I have the game now. I have this game. This is a game I've not exactly been looking for, but it was like a Dragon Quest game that I was somewhat interested in getting, because like I was like, well, it's the Dragon Quest game. It's like the Dragon Quest game that I know from Switch, since this is the game that I just associate with the Switch. I know it's on Steam, but honestly, I just associate with this game with like the Steam. I associate this game with the Switch more than I do with any other console. But yeah, when it comes down to it, as I said, like I've only played Dragon Quest 1. I will say this though, just automatically, because I really like the character design, I'm just going to automatically put Dragon Quest 3 as my favorite game. Now, it's kind of hard to just, I know it's kind of bad to just say Dragon Quest 3 is my favorite one when I've never even played the game. But hey, those remakes are coming out soon. $60 remake of like 20-year-old game. Dragon Quest, probably older, I don't know. That game's really old. They're making a remake for it, and I think it's like $60 for like them. I think, well, of course, well, I don't know the pricing, but I think like 1 and 2 are in like a combo for whatever price. I know the game though is probably a lot more expensive than it should be. It probably should have been like $20, but I think the game's around like $60 or $40 for a remake of Dragon Quest 3. I will happily just play Dragon Quest 3 with the release that originally was on the Switch, I guess, whenever I get to it. But I would honestly probably like to play that remake. The remake does look really nice. Like, even though I do think the prices are kind of crazy, I do think the remakes, at least for those games, do look sort of nice. So I probably will buy them eventually, but whatever. That's about it for my Dragon Quest video, since like I don't know too much about these characters at all. They didn't even, as I said, they didn't even bother name dropping the main character for this game. They didn't even try to give him a name, man. But maybe one day I'll finally play this game, I'll experience the characters, and I'll really like them, and that might be really cool. So yeah, that's that. So I'm not saying that full title. I'm not even gonna bother saying the full title for Dragon Quest 14, and I'm not even bother saying that. So yeah, I guess I hope you guys enjoyed this Dragon Quest 14 video plus Dragon Quest Treasures video, and goodbye.